It was a bright and happy morning in Minecraft world. Steve woke up, stretched his arms, and said, "Today will be a great day. I will build something amazing." Alex walked over and smiled. "What are you building today, Steve?" Steve looked very serious. "A giant cake tower." "A cake tower?" Alex laughed. "Why?" "Because I am hungry," Steve said proudly. They both laughed. They started collecting blocks, dirt blocks, stone blocks, even pink wool blocks for the strawberry flavor. Suddenly, they heard a strange sound. Sssss. Steve froze. Alex whispered, "Please tell me that is just the wind." It was not the wind. From behind a tree, a creeper slowly appeared. Steve shouted, "Not near the cake tower." Boom! Blocks flew everywhere. Steve landed in a small pond. Alex tried not to laugh, but she laughed anyway. Steve stood up, wet and covered in dirt. "This is fine, totally fine. We can rebuild." The sun started going down. Alex looked at the sky. "Steve, it's getting dark." Steve gulped. "That means monsters." Soon they heard slow footsteps. A zombie was walking toward them. But this zombie looked confused. The zombie looked at Steve's half-finished cake tower. Cake?" Steve blinked. "Wait, you don't want brains?" The zombie shook his head slowly. "Cake?" Alex whispered, "Is this the first vegetarian zombie?" Steve said, "Maybe he just wants dessert." The zombie tripped over a block and fell into the water. Splash! Now Steve was laughing. Okay, maybe he is not very scary. But then more zombies appeared in the distance. Alex grabbed her sword. Okay, now it's serious. Arrows suddenly flew past them. Twang! A skeleton stood on a small hill. He looked very dramatic in the moonlight. The skeleton shot another arrow, but he slipped on a chicken. Yes, a chicken. The arrow flew straight up and landed on his own foot. The skeleton jumped around silently. Steve shouted, "Even skeletons need practice." Alex ran forward and chased the skeleton away. The chicken clucked proudly. Steve bowed to the chicken. "Thank you, brave warrior." The chicken just blinked. Everything became quiet. Too quiet. Steve whispered, "Why is it so quiet?" Suddenly, purple eyes appeared in the dark. An Enderman. Tall, silent, mysterious. Steve whispered, "Don't look at him! Don't look at him!" Alex covered her eyes. Steve covered one eye, but accidentally looked with the other. The Enderman screamed loudly. "Sorry," Steve shouted. "It was an accident." The Enderman teleported everywhere. Boof! 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 He picked up one block from the cake tower. Steve gasped, "Not the strawberry layer." Alex carefully placed the block back on the ground. Okay, we respect your space." The Enderman stared, then slowly disappeared into the night. Steve took a deep breath. Next time, we built something less delicious looking. Their night felt very long, but finally the sun began to rise. The monster slowly disappeared. Steve and Alex looked at their broken cape tower. It was messy, it was small, but it was still standing. Steve smiled. You know what? This is the best cake tower ever. Alex laughed. Because we survived? Yes, and because it has battle damage. They rebuilt the top layer. They even left one crack in the side. That crack, Steve said proudly, is from the Great Creeper Explosion. Alex nodded. Very historic. Suddenly, they heard a tiny sound. The chicken had laid an egg. Steve looked amazed. Free breakfast. They both laughed as the sun shined brightly. Steve raised his hand dramatically. Today we rest. Tomorrow we build again. And somewhere far away, a creeper quietly said, "Sssss." Steve froze. Alex said, "Let's just eat cake." And they both laughed as the screen slowly faded to a peaceful Minecraft morning.